Man in long happy relationships. How close to your type in terms of looks is your woman? So I just want to estimate my chances. If you have any experience that can add some insight, I appreciate. Is it more frequent to be happy with perfect X hair and Y body type or with not exactly the type but great vibes, personality, humor, etc.? I saw a comedian the other day on YouTube. His friend was asking how could you like being with the same woman for so many years. His response was, you like young girls? Older girls? Skinny girls? Big girls? My wife has been all of those. My type was short, angry and risk-taking, and now I have tall and calm. Better for me. Much better. My type was goth and alt girls for the longest time. But my wife popped up one day and is very bubbly and pink and girly. And I just loved her for a million other reasons, so it didn't matter. My metalhead aesthetic rubbed off on her after a while anyway, so I guess I got everything in the end. Having a type was never a hard set rule for me anyway though. It was just usually where my dick pointed to first. When I first met her, she not only marked all checkboxes but created new ones I didn't know I had. Married 11 years and she is 110 my type. Even the odd things. I like a good nose. And she's got the best. I see 10-10 women every so often. But there is only one 12-10. She is my wife. My wife brings me peace, that's all I care about. When your belly is full of pizza and you lay tired, full and content, you don't remember what the pizza looked like. My wife is Asian and an immigrant. My normal type was traditionally a pale redhead, so obviously quite different. When I got divorced, I told myself I would open my options up to giving anything a try and not say no to a person just because they weren't my usual preference. This included women of all shapes and sizes, and I gained a lot of understanding about what truly was important to me. I wouldn't have met my wife had I not been open. And she's the best damn partner I could have asked for. Without question. I have no idea. My girl is more intelligent than me, Mensa level. Financially independent and really beautiful. She is also from a different culture. So a different phenotype. I'm in love with her mind and body. And for some reason she loves the lump that is me. Despite her being amazingly physically attractive, I will say that looks are only a part of a happy relationship, God knows. My looks are not good, but we are both solid. If you find someone that you totally click with, then they are a keeper. Don't focus just on their outward appearance. Just my opinion, of course. Person shrugging, medium light skin tone. Looks wise, she is completely my type. And if that was all that we had to base the relationship on, it would have been over a long time ago. Her personality and how she treats others is why we will have been together for 11 years and 2 weeks. My wife has become my type. She's bigger than I am. I never had a thing for bigger girls before her. Now I'm all about it. Her body turns me on. And other bodies that resemble hers are now way more appealing than before I met her. Type isn't everything. Married over 30 years. When I was in my early 20s, I cared quite a lot about looks. By the time I got married, it wouldn't have made my top 10 list of important qualities. If I have a physical type, it would probably be thin or athletic, small-breasted, long-haired brunettes. My wife is really none of those things. But she checked every other box I had. If you'll pardon the expression. I have never felt that I settled because she didn't line up with my physical preferences. I think personality overrides appearance for any long-term happy relationship. Looks-wise, I have preferences, but honestly I find many types of women attractive. In my past, I dated women of various shapes and ethnicities and hairstyles and colors. As a specific example, my first wife and my now current wife look very different. And neither of them look anything like Natalie Portman, but I didn't care one bit. But personality-wise, almost everyone I've dated has been very similar, and my wife is very much my usual type in that regard. A great laugh and big smile with happy eyes can elevate anyone's physical attractiveness. I found a chick whose body type checked off all the boxes, and it was a terrible relationship. Sex was good, but that's about it. Current relationship, she doesn't have the body type, but we match everything else: religious views, humor, money management, outlook on life, and she'll probably be my wife one day. My wife is more than 10/10. She's smart, funny, incredibly talented musician, violin, kind, has a killer smile, and a laugh I love. She's also a girly girl, and pampers herself. At 5'10" and blonde. She's out of my league, but she loves me. I'm a lucky guy. BTW. It took me 70 years to find her. Loves me. Looks a little, tiny bit like Leonardo DiCaprio. Close enough anyway. Ding ding. We have a winner, and I put a ring on it ASAP. While I've always had a type, it wasn't something I was strict about, and dated women who deviated from it. That being said, my current so is about the opposite of my type. I think I might have a new type. I don't have the duration to consider this a long-term relationship yet, but it will be. Every woman I've ever dated was a short, small, long blonde-haired white weak. My most recent woman is as tall as me, and a small-framed, long black-haired Vietnamese woman. The difference it makes when you have someone who puts in just as much effort in the relationship makes type irrelevant. By type 1, assume you mean physically? As I aged, my type wasn't defined by looks. I dated what I thought was my type and got burned because despite looking like my type, they really weren't. Much better to date someone who is your person inside. I never really had a type, but when I met her I knew she was it. My physical type is Selma Hayek, but my personality preference is Daria. She's a 6'0" black woman with broad shoulders from working out, tattoos, and a gothic aesthetic. This is perfection for me. I don't care about a type. As long as she is attractive to me and is a good person, I'm happy. Also, don't invest too much into looks, they fade over time. My type is bi goth gamer girls. But I am dating a bubbly pink professional ballerina. I like the emo goth aesthetic and love Halloween. She helped me decorate this year, and now I have spooky things that sparkle. Lol. Weird how things work sometimes. XD. We challenge complement each other better than anyone else I've ever met. She is my best friend. I didn't know my type until I met her. She wanted to marry me. That was my type. If I had to describe what my ideal woman looks like, she wouldn't look like my wife. But I'm super attracted to my wife even after 20 years together. And we're a great fit personality-wise. At the end of the day, looks aren't everything. I think she is the sexiest woman alive, and anyone who disagrees is just wrong. Even after 27 years. If she's getting ready or leaving the shower, I can't help but stare and think, fuck me. You're beautiful. Married 20 years and extremely happy. I don't think I had a type for face hair. More of a butt than boob man. And short petite were absolutely my type. She fit all of that quite well. I'm 5'7" and not exactly a heavy frame. So 5'2" petite makes a pretty good match. I will say that as I've grown older, I find more beauty in a larger variety of body types. Speaking to other men over 40, I find this isn't uncommon. I never really had a type and thought my wife was gorgeous from the moment I met her. But go for vibes, personality, humor, and compatibility every time. I mean, every single time. If it works out, you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. What's more important? That she gets you, and you her. are that she corresponds to your tastes in the moment you meet her.